Hi, I'm Lynne and I'm the regional worker for Renfrewshire, East Renfrewshire and Inverclyde. I really wanted to work with SU because I love what SU do. I'm one of the people whose lives have been changed. I became a Christian at 15 through SU camp, and I had my first experience of SU when I was 13. I love seeing the difference that God makes in the region. I've seen him working so clearly in the last couple of years in particular when we've introduced Bible Alive and Primary 7 transitions like It's Your Move. We've started new SU groups, I've met new volunteers, and it feels like every day is just completely different. A couple of weeks ago, I was in a school within East Renfrewshire, and the children are sitting there absolutely mesmerised, listening to every word that my colleague and I were saying. As we went through probably about 8 different Bible stories, it was obvious that the children just loved being part of it. We'd been invited in by the school to talk about our faith, to talk about the Bible stories, and you could just see that the children were just loving learning about the Bible, and it's just part of the vision statement that children are exploring the Bible and responding to the significance of Jesus. I've been involved in the work within Argyll Park in Paisley, which is a priority area. Over the past few years, we've introduced a day away to Gowan Bank, which for some of them is incredible because they've barely left Argyll Park. This year at camp, because they actually came to my regional weekend, one particular girl got in front of the camera and she just said why her faith was so important to her. And I just think it's fantastic that we started off as a holiday club in Argyll Park with an away day that then transferred into her coming for the weekend. And really she's now got a relationship with Jesus. In the last year, I've really loved working with Inverclyde Christian Initiative, getting to know them a bit, and also Churches Together Renfrewshire. One of my first meetings, I went along and a pastor introduced himself and asked if I was working with SU, which I said yes. And he said, oh great, my daughter is about to go to SU camp. Turned out it was the regional weekend, she came along, and then the next month when we got together, he said, thank you so much for having her. Her life has really changed and her faith has grown so much. I have lots of dreams for the work in Renfrewshire, East Renfrewshire and Inverclyde. I'd love to have more volunteers able to run Bible Alive, to run Primary 7 transitions, to run SU groups, because the need is always there. And the schools have, mostly from my experience, an open door. I would love to have more financial supporters because it really just helps. It helps get us, the children from priority areas, to come to camp. It helps provide resources where we can provide Primary 7 transition books to children where they can read them at home and they can gain confidence before they go to high school, which for some can be quite a scary experience. When I became a Christian at 15 at SU camp, one of the verses that I learned soon after was trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding, which is Proverbs 3:5. Sometimes I felt like maybe we're not getting anywhere in the region, and then God will open another door, and I think, well, I wasn't meant to go down that path to begin with. And then God does incredible stuff that had I planned, it would have looked very different. So I'm very grateful that God is planning and I just have to trust him.